Hello, hello, hello. Hello, world. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Zoom. Hello, LinkedIn. Hello, Twitter. We are live. It is currently 6 minutes past 8 p.m. UK time, Friday, the 20th of October, 2023. Welcome to another amazing episode of NFT Fridays. Bear with me 1 second. Let me just double check everything's streaming on the YouTube. I'm going to mute my microphone. 1 second. I'll be back in a moment. Just want to check everything's streaming because we're streaming from multiple sites. Replays will be on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Give me 1 sec, guys, and then we'll get started. All right, we've got Dominica, who does design
Bernard,
for
you're
blockchain.
connecting twice, are you?
Sorry?
No,
Is that
Bernard's in twice. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
for
fine.
sure, for sure. No worries. Yeah, I'm just getting the technical support right now. I've got the thumbs up from Dom. Just making sure my microphone's not working because the Matrix has been attacking a few times. We've done some amazing live streams where my what do you call it? My microphone has been off for some of the webinar, which has been absolutely terrible. Okay, everything's working on YouTube, everything's working on LinkedIn, everything's working on Twitter, everything's working on Zoom. We are live. Let's go. Hey, people. Welcome to another episode of NFT Fridays. This is a free weekly webinar every single Friday, 8 p.m. plus UK time, where we talk about everything and anything non-fungible tokens, the metaverse, and also interview amazing founders who are building great things in Web3, especially people who are building dApps. Share the screen. To join this free weekly webinar, what you do is you go to blockchain.sensei Instagram, and then you click on our link bio, and then let me just show you where it takes you. And then you basically click the top link. We are now streaming not once, not twice, but 3 times per week, every single Monday, Friday, and Sunday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. plus. Sometimes we go overtime. It's totally free, same Zoom link every single week. Also live on YouTube, live on Twitter, live on LinkedIn with replays on those platforms. But we do recommend you join the Zoom as it's a more of an intimate setting. Also, to let you guys know, if any of you guys catch us in time, we're doing our 4th Game Ball Rally, which is an event where we specialize in play to earn. Play to earn, blockchain gaming, etc. So Monday the 23rd, we're super proud to announce that we've got speakers, including but not limited to Robbie Young, CEO of Web3 giant Animoca Brands. We've got Yasmina from Blockchain Game Alliance, and we've got Stefan Newham, who is heading up Super Team UK, which specialise in the UK talent acquisition of Solana. So that's going to be amazing. Game Ball Rally has historically always been free, and I believe it's going to be free for the rest of this year. So grab your tickets. That's going to be at Surrey University. And then yeah, we've got Game Ball Rally also on Friday the 27th. Oh, it stopped sharing my screen. Let me share the screen again. Back to the Zoom. Back to the Zoom. But anyway, on today's episode, let me just make sure we're back sharing the screen. Amazing. Yes. But today's episode, we're going to be focused on interviewing the homies Linda Davies, who me and Jay Johnson met at Zebu Live. She is an amazing founder. She came with this kind of like super ambitious, a little bit crazy energy. I like that. And one of the first things she said, Jay, do you remember? She said, "If you think I'm nuts, you should meet my co-founder." Is that what you said? I don't want to misquote you.
No, that is so true. They thought I was nuts, and I said, "If you think I'm nuts, wait till you meet Bernard." Was my exact phrase, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, we're all nuts to be in one of the craziest industries in the world. We're definitely nuts to be sacrificing every single Friday night to be on this webinar. Jay Johnson's taken time out of his night out to find the quiet section of the rooftop bar to co-host tonight's webinar. To be fair, he has you are at a networking event though, aren't you? So it's technically business.
I am. It's absolutely networking. I never go out just gallivanting. I think there always has to be some productivity, attached to every action.
And then we've got the big man, Bernard. Bernard, say hello.
Yeah.
Hey guys, how are you all? Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. I want to quickly shout out Abhishek, CEO of Voice of Crypto, which is a crypto media platform originally based in India, which I believe is most of their reach and target audience. But obviously it's World Wide Web and the content is in English. So do check out their YouTube channel. It was Abhishek who introduced me to Linda in real life at Zebu Live. And I promised privately to Linda and Bernard that following this webinar, which is actually Linda and Bernard's first ever appearance on a kind of weekly webinar / podcast style content. So we are very lucky at Blockchain Sensei to have these co-founders as and to be the first platform they're really speaking on, showing their faces. They said, as Bernard said, what did you say? We're not podcast people. Is that what you said?
That's what I said.
I told him it's not going to be too different from the private Zooms that we've had. Obviously, there's a little bit of information that we can't disclose because it's public. Hello, Bit Blonde, checking in from New York. She just said hello on the YouTube. Yes, I privately promise and I publicly promise that upon this episode of NFT Fridays, I will get in touch with Abhishek straight after this call, and I will organize for you guys to appear on Voice of Crypto. So after you guys consume NFT Fridays, watch out for their episode on Voice of Crypto. Bernard and Linda, I have made you guys co-hosts. Yeah, let's start talking about the app. Sorry, the DApp, the decentralized application. What is Oxygean? What is OXIT token? I have made both of you guys co-hosts, so feel free to share the screen. And Bernard, I'm going to make your other account co-host as well. I'm assuming the other account is your phone, right? Or am I correct?
That's my phone, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys take it away. Please explain what Oxygean is for the masses, for the people who aren't part of is it the 1 million or the 2 million club that have already downloaded the app with minimum marketing, mind you?
Only 1.2 million so far, but that's growing dramatically. So
well, me and Jay are part of the 2 million club.
Yeah. Well, you know what they call it? The 3 comma club. I want to hit the 4 comma club, and then we'll all be smiling. User 4 comma club. But Bernard, do you want to take the lead on that one?
Yeah, I will. At a very broad level, every time a person picks up a telephone and uses a telephone, they're creating value. Whether it's for advertisers to advertise to them on their telephones or whatever form. And you have big tech companies that are able to monetize the individual's digital presence. What OX has just done is we've inverted that, where the individual becomes the center that makes the money. So it's the individual that is the value as opposed to the big tech company. So another simple way of saying that, in Web 2, the individual is the product of big tech companies. So Facebook have 3 billion products. There is 3 billion users. In Web 3, our product is the data and time of the individuals, and OX make money from the individuals and not the corporations. So for example, in a very simple scenario, if you watch an ad in OX, you get paid to watch the ad by the company who wanted you to watch the ad. So that's that. Okay, so in this direct connectivity where brands reach out to individuals or commercial parties, the value being created flows directly into the user. Okay, so that's an inverted business model. People like Facebook are able to generate $40 on average per year per user from placing advertisements. In our world, you can do a lot more with an individual than just watching ads. So it goes way beyond watching ads, and the value that you can create goes way beyond $40. Okay, so for the first time, and I don't believe there's any other app in the world that's actually genuinely creating new value that we're able to capture in the name of the individual. So where does it? So why would, for example, Coca-Cola want to use our app? We can match very precisely Coca-Cola's needs. So just for example, if Coca-Cola were looking for 6-foot-tall basketball players in our system, and I'll explain that a little bit later, all of the 6-foot-tall basketball players, we can identify them. And then we can push out an action to all of those selected people saying, this is Coca-Cola, we want you to watch our ad, and we're going to pay you this much, we're going to reward you this much for watching our ad. So now Coca-Cola, rather than having to push out to every possible scenario, they can fine-tune exactly who they want to talk to. Our app will put them in front of those people. Those people can then decide whether they want to engage or not. Okay, and hence there's the business flow. So that's a working economy. When we stand back from that piece and we go back to what is OX in its simplest form today, and how do we build this decentralized system? Okay, we have created 500 unique data points belong to each and every user. So when a new user comes on our system, they mine their data, but really what they're doing is they're mining these 500 unique data points that are unique to them. So these are 500 data points that are unique to every individual. And this data gets encrypted and written to the user's mobile phone device. We don't have a copy. Nobody has a copy. We keep a blockchain ledger in the center, but we don't have a copy of the data. So when Coca-Cola then are looking for a 6-foot-tall basketball player, our system is able to pull out all the possibilities. Okay, that's the magic. That's the first piece of magic. So suddenly Coca-Cola or anybody can match with anybody, like a dating site, in very specific terms, where the other party is anonymous until they choose not to be anonymous. Okay. The second part of this, so how do we encourage, so our target is to have 2 billion users. There's a big play. Right now, today, we're nearing 100,000 downloads a day. Our big break we want to hit before Christmas is 1 million downloads a day before Christmas. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. I just
want to iterate this, guys. 100,000 downloads a day with minimum advertising.
No advertising, zero.
That's amazing. Really impressive stuff.
Okay, and the reason, guys, and let me just explain the OXIT bit, and we'll come back to that in a sec. Yeah, the OXIT is, so when you mine your data, we give you OXITs. We don't give you mine OXITs. Okay, so OXITs are a crypto token that have to be mined. A user must mine them. We can't make them. They're mined. OXITs are a fixed supply of 1.2 trillion tokens. When 2 billion people have downloaded their uniquenesses, all those coins will be gone. Okay, so they're over. And okay, so and over time, when you are mining unique data points today, you're getting 50 OXITs. When we come to the next halving, that goes down to 35, goes down to 25. It keeps halving until it comes to zero. So how do we get new users? We say to our existing users, invite your friends, and when your friends come, we will reward you 1,000 OXITs, which is now 750. Okay, so we've just gone down the next level. So now you get rewarded 750 OXITs per friend you invite, up to a max of 10. Okay, so that's how we're able to market, because we're paying our users to do our marketing. So we're using our mark. Every user on our app is our marketeer.
Okay, I've got a question, Bernard. This is a question I think perhaps might be in the minds of some people watching. So essentially, the incentive from the company side is they get hyper targeted marketing strategy, right? And from the individual side, they basically get to earn money from giving away, from providing their data points to the Oxygean app.
I'm going to say, Jay, it's a little bit more complicated, as in, So can you imagine if you do all of your mining and now I have 500 data, the system has 500 data points on you. First of all, you would have been rewarded OXITs for those data points. Okay, that's the first point, and they're yours. Now, when a business is looking and you're matched to what they're looking for, it could be an advertisement, it could be an input, it can be anything. Okay, you get matched. You're being matched because you have these data points. So those data points allow you to be matched, where you would have more. You get more 1 minute actions of work to do from these brands, and we call them 1 minute actions. So you're getting matched with more and more activities. The magic is for us is that the commercial entity have to pay you in OXITs. So our in-app currency is the OXIT token, OXIT. But so if I'm Coca-Cola and I want 2 million 6-foot-tall basketball players, okay, and we match, Coca-Cola it'll show up as a 1 minute action where Coca-Cola is saying, watch this, do this, do this. It's going to take 2 minutes of your time. This is the data that we're going to use under these terms. And the reward is 4 OXITs. Okay, so suddenly, where does Coca-Cola buy these OXITs? And there's only one place to buy the OXITs. It's from the users who mine the OXITs. There is no other OXITs. So, okay, so this is the magic trick. So the only users can create OXITs, and third parties and commercial parties engaging with the app have to get those OXITs. The only place they can get them from are the users who mine them. And this is the magic. So we have a cryptocurrency that is self-rotating. Okay, it's mined and it's been chewed up all the time by commercial parties. So today we say to our users who are mining their OXITs, do not sell these OXITs. The curve is very steep. But some people, because that's what they'll do, and some people are seeing is it real? We've had maybe 1,000 requests. We have an in-app request to sell, so maybe 1,000 people have already sold their OXITs, and they have been. And we, at the minute, we pay in BTC. So anybody that's requested to exit or sell their tokens, we will ask them for their BTC wallet, and we'll send them BTC on behalf of buyers. So what we're doing at the minute is we're facilitating sellers with buyers. And over the next couple of weeks, we will migrate that onto either a centralized exchange, or we're looking at decentralized exchanges at the minute as well. Because where we're different to most cryptos, we don't need market makers. Our tokens, there's a demand for our tokens. So if you imagine, we have 10 million users and we're plugging in businesses and different companies are looking to engage with users, then there's a big demand to buy OXITs to reward these users. So the market will drive itself. So we're always looking for what's the best place for this market to run on behalf of the users, not on behalf of us. What's the best for users, and how can users interact and come in and out of the system? And for jurisdictions where we're not allowed to operate a token, okay, for example, China or these places, we still run in-app rewards where it's not a token. We create an in-app marketplace where they can use rewards as opposed to crypto. But the magic is you mine your data, you're getting your crypto, that crypto increases in price. There's always going to be buy pressures for you to sell. And that curve is very steep. We've done a lot of analysis on that curve. And the more mining you do, the more 1 minute jobs you're going to get matched to, which means the more 1 minute opportunities you have to engage in, which means you have the more possibility to earn more OXITs. And Linda and I have predicted that a typical user over a 2-year period, spending 2 minutes a day mining their data and spending 2 minutes to 3 minutes a day doing 1 minute jobs, if they were to hold on to all of their OXITs and exit in, which is say sell everything in 24 to 30 months, that based on our projections, that would be well in excess of $10,000 of value. So this is not. We want people to understand that.
Wait. I just remembered how bad of me. We've not done this. We've not done the disclaimer. Let me go do that very quickly.
Let's go back and do it.
Let me. Yeah, I was just thinking numbers. Wait a minute. Wait. Let's just rewind that. Let's just rewind that. Let's do the legal
Yes,
disclaimer.
please.
Let's just do that very, very quickly. Let's do that very, very quickly. Okay, I'll definitely put a disclaimer in the description. So Disclaimer: terms and conditions. All content is for education, information, and entertainment purposes only, and it should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy, sell, hold any assets, nor place any trades. Please always do your what, guys? Yes. All Blockchain Sensei content, and I'm assuming Oxygean content as well, it is intended and should only be used for informational use only. It's very important to do your own analysis before making any investments, which should be based on your own individual circumstances. You should always take independent professional advice from a professional advisor. I don't actually know this, but Bernard and Linda, are you professional financial advisors? Wait, 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 wait. I'm being told there's no sound. I'm being told there's. Oh, 1 second, 1 second. Let me go back. Let me go back. Go back. Let me go back. Hello, 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 hello. I believe the sound is back. It's back. Okay, amazing. Uh, sorry, Linda.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
We're getting a hello there.
Sorry, Linda. As you were saying, we're not the app. You're not looking for any money, and people don't have to spend a penny.
No, you see, we're not a traditional crypto. We are empowering people to capture their own personal digital value. And then what we are doing is enabling them to enter economies that they have never, ever had access to before. So absolutely, are Bernard and I a financial institution? No. Are we giving financial advice? No, but we don't need to. We are just actually, as Bernard spoke earlier, we are just re-engineering what currently exists today, but putting the power back into the individual and the crowd's hands. Sorry, Bernard, if you want to
yeah. So that's a very good point, guys. So picking up on Linda's lead, this is about your footprint, your digital footprint, your time and minutes, and your attention. That's what it's about. Okay, and what we're doing is we are monetizing individuals' own mobile phones in their own name. That's what the business.
Bernard, if I may just change that slightly, we're enabling individuals to monetize.
Let me just finish off this disclaimer very quickly, just because I need to finish off. Alternatively, independently research and verify all and any information you may find in our show that you may wish to rely upon whether you wish to make an investment decision or otherwise. All investments come with risk, lots of risk. Please always do your own research. However, there's not a lot of risk when it's free and it costs you no money, and it's only a minute or two of your time. Neither myself, Bernard, Linda, Jay Johnson, or anybody in this Zoom and or YouTube and or LinkedIn or Twitter are financial advisors. We do not intend to be perceived or received as financial advisors. However, we're working in collaboration with several accredited advisors. If you're unable to mitigate your risk, let us know. Tweet us at blockchain sen, or DM us at blockchain.sensei. We'll refer you to an accredited financial advisor, an accredited financial accountant, all those fancy people with a fancy paper. We will refer you to. Sorry, let's get back to this webinar. That should have been done at the start of the webinar. My bad.
And the only thing I would say, Jay, is because we're not looking for money, it doesn't matter. So we're not looking for money. We're just looking to try and empower people. So sorry, Bernard, back to you.
Yeah. So what I was basically saying is that, so why I was putting out those numbers is, where does that value come from? It's not magic money. This is the point I'm trying to say. So we're able to say something like that says you get these oxygen, it's going to grow to that value. Why? Okay, and the reason is how businesses work. If you're Nike, for example, you make your products, you ship them, you have big supply chains, you got big stores, you got big this, you got big that, and you use middlemen to interact between you and the potential buyers. In Web3, you can take out all the middlemen. You don't need them. So if I'm Adidas, and you're a user, you're just a person on the internet, and you're going to tell me you're going to buy a pair of shoes in 2 weeks' time, and your size is this, and your color is this. This is invaluable information to Nike or Adidas. Invaluable. Better again, you're Nike and you buy Nike shoes, and you're going to tell them this. But then you're also going to make that available to Adidas, because Adidas are going to say, well, I want him as a customer. So two things are going to happen there. They're going to want to talk to you. So they're going to want to advertise to you. They're going to want to tell you why their product is good or better or whatever else. But in our world, that's great, but they're going to have to pay you for your time. Not pay all the middlemen, pay you.
Yeah.
And so Linda and I, in the very simplicity of how we've worked out this economy, we've made up what we call a basic minimum wage, a global basic minimum wage, that we have said, if we were the leaders of the world, this would be the basic minimum wage per hour globally. We've broken that into 1 minute of time. So we're saying for 1 minute of my time on a global audience, whether you live in the Amazon, you live in New York, we've created just a basic minimum. Now you go one more level and you say, but they're looking to interact with me at this level, or they're looking to interact with my data at this level. That's a multiplier on top of your 1 minute rate. So, for example, if I'm getting to look at some very basic ad, the rate will be this. If I'm getting you to give me information on whether you take medication, or you do this, or you interact, that's a whole different thing. So then that's the multiplier. So I'm going to have to pay you more for you to get engaged. So what we've done is taken all the middlemen out of the system, because Web3 and blockchain and crypto have allowed us to do this. This couldn't have been done 5 years ago. So we're actually optimizing how the world works. Okay, taking out waste. If you're a business, you want to sell more of your product and you want to make more profit. That's the bit growth and profitability. If you're a user, you want your time to be honored and respected, and if there's value being created, you want it created in your name.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're about. So can you imagine in our system, go down 2 years' time when people are mining, like we want to mine up to 10,000 data points on individuals, where you're a medical company and you want to do a clinical trial, or could you imagine going as far as, I'm a company and I do diabetes, and now I want to reach out to all of the women who are pregnant between the age of 25 and 30. Can you imagine a system that can do that in a decentralized way, in a secure and safe way, find all the possible matches? Can you imagine the amount of money the pharma company would have to pay to do this? Pharma companies spend tens of billions doing this. We're saying they can cut their costs way down.
Billions are wasted by marketers on marketing budgets.
Correct. Not only that,
going to the wrong people.
50% of a marketing digital budget, they can't actually account for where it's lost in the system.
Oh.
And if I go back to Bernard, what Bernard was saying, that like all we're doing is saying to every individual, you have immense value. So there's, in my opinion, and I would maybe sort of not say it slightly differently, but I would say, like, there are three businesses in the world: the health business, the wealth business, and the relationship business. And nearly every business.
Wait. Is that a fact?
Please say that again, Linda.
Please say that again. There's three types of businesses.
There's three streams of business in the world: health, wealth, and relations.
Health, wealth, and relations.
And nearly every business will end up at a user delivering them something that they need, even in a B2B context or a B2C context, or what we're creating, the individual to business context. So if you think about the human is at the center of the only three economies that really exist: health, wealth, and relationships. Like if you think of anything, think of food, it sits within health. If you think of jobs, it sits within what they think of. Anything that a human does, it generally falls into those three categories: health, wealth, or relationships.
Yeah, I can't really think of a fourth at the top of my head.
Right. So, well, I'm just saying, yeah, I'll have a think about it. So, but the human is at the center of that. And what we want to do, what we're looking to do is say to the individual, you're of immense value. We want to empower you to use that value and to trade that value directly with anyone who wants that value. And that goes across nearly every industry, nearly every, even in a B2B context, it removes all of that. So that's how I would sort of maybe, Bernard, just phrase it slightly differently to you, but same context.
Yeah, but the big point I'm just trying to make is that the individual on his own has no value. An individual in a community, a lot of connected individuals are the economy. That is an economy. Connected individuals. Up to now, the world needs to deal with those individuals through middlemen, not just business, even politics. Any reach out. So we're saying, and what does every business and politician want today? They want your attention. Every young person uses this device, so they want your attention on this device. Except you cannot spend your day looking at everybody wanting your attention. So now you say, okay, you want my attention? Pay me. Pay me. And the highest bidder will get my attention. Or maybe I don't like a Coca-Cola and I never want to see them, and I will ban them and I don't want to do any stuff with them, or I love them, but it's your choice. It becomes your choice.
Most purpose-driven might attract you.
Yeah. And we're saying that doesn't create new forms of money. It takes waste from there and it puts it over here. And there's two winners: the individual who uses our app and the business that uses our app to get the attention of those individuals. They're the two winners. The losers are middlemen, marketing agents, any middlemen that profit from it today. And we use advertising where you get paid to watch an advertisement as the simplest form, but that's the lowest value. There's way more value than somebody watching an advertisement. And that's why we have up on 100,000 downloads a day, because people are they're going on the app, they're beginning to understand it. There's enough people on the app now that have sold their tokens. They've gotten BTC. They're going back to the other people and saying it's real. And then half of the people that sold, less than half, have come back and said, but I want them back. I didn't mean to sell them. It's too late.
That's actually true. That is
you need to mine more. You shouldn't have sold them. So we say to any of our users, get your OXIT, hold them. They're going to go like that. Not because there's magic, because as more people come into the system, more businesses will engage with the system, which means there's more buying. More businesses will need to buy OXITs, which means there's going to be a demand, which means that the supply must come from the users. And
wow, that's amazing. So essentially teaching the users to value their attention more.
Yes.
Value everything.
Like what does an individual have on this device, guys? They have their basic attention. They have their time in minutes. They have their engagement, their collaboration. They can share certain parts of data if they trust the party that they're giving the data for, and they know for what uses that data will be used. So there's a lot of things an individual can do through this device. You know, sometimes, and don't pick this up wrong, because it's like the job of the future. Meaning, if you go out 20 years' time, guys, the type of jobs that you're going to offices for today will not exist. And it's not that people won't be doing jobs, but we're more akin, they'll be working in what we call Web3 type jobs. Okay, and we're one of those first companies to go into that space saying you have a value in the digital world, which we call Web3. And now we're able to capture that in your name. Okay, and the more people that come into the system, the more demand, the more everything, and the thing grows and profits. And that's it.
And I think the fact, just to add on to that, Bernard, I think the fact that it's done decentralized, it's on the blockchain. When you work with a company, it's a smart contract. It's fully transparent. What they're looking for, what they're prepared to pay you, how many times they're going to use it, where the source is going. So, like every individual has got a complete line of sight to what they've traded, where they've traded, with whom, and what the use is for. So, it's a really, and it's the fact that all we're doing is creating the infrastructure and the economy to empower the user to empower themselves, to enable brands to connect directly with people that they haven't been able to do before. It's always been through intermediaries all the way along, whether that's insights, whether that's the attention economy, whether that's the health economy, whether that's the wealth economy. It's always been through intermediaries. And all we're doing is saying, you as a human being have massive value. Web3 gives us the chance to rewrite the story but in the favor of every individual, as opposed to in the favor of, you know, the centralized kind of monopoly situation.
100%.
When you simplify it, it gets easier. When you get rid of we're monetizing the individual in the intranet. Because an individual on their own has no value. 10 individuals on their own have no value. 100 have no value. 1,000 have little tiny. Blah blah blah. 10 million, 100 million, 500 million individuals on a system. That is, I would say, at 500 million, you're probably the biggest company in the world, the biggest power, because you're able to interact like that across a completely decentralized system. And here comes big magic, guys. Every other tech company have your data. You hear about GDRP, where's the data stored? It's stored on the cloud, it's stored here. We have no data. OX are not in the data business. We don't have anybody's data.
We're in the connecting business.
You are in the data connecting business. You're not in the data storage business.
No, and we don't have a copy of your data. So for example, if Jay was on the system, it's like a simple ledger, and it's like he has a warehouse, and in that warehouse are all his data points, and we have a blockchain to know box 1 and box 10 and box 5 are full. That's how we're able to search, but we don't know what's in the boxes. Okay, yeah. The only way that can become obvious is when Jay says to whoever asks, "Okay, I can send you what's in my box," and the company who's getting it are going to say, "Well, we're only going to use it once, and we're going to use it for this person." And so Jay has to consent every time somebody touches him, his time, his attention, or his data. He consents every time, and if he doesn't consent, there is no trade.
Wow. Okay, so not only are they being taught to value their attention, but they're also the custodian of their attention as well and their data.
Absolutely.
And if I could say, I heard this. It was a guy on Instagram, and he was talking about this whole evolution and how, you know, people power. And he used the phrase. He said, "You know what? If you really want to affect people, stop spending. You know, it'll affect the governments. It will affect businesses." And for me, when I heard that phrase, I thought, well, actually, if you really want to empower yourself, start creating your digital twin, start owning yourself, and then start understanding your value. And once you know your value, then that value will consistently go up and up and up, because now you're respecting something and understanding something that it has never been possible before. So, and I just thought it was very...
Lyndon's just come in with the quotables. We just said there. Start creating your digital twin. Yeah. Yes. So, since we are, we're 40 minutes into the webinar, could we get a little demonstration of the app? Because I'm sure people are dying to actually see it. I'm assuming that's why Bernard entered with his second device, which I've also made. Oh.
Okay, do you want to do it, Linda?
Well, I haven't got it. I'm not signed. Are you got it there or no? Okay, hang on. I'm not signed in on my. I was wondering. I thought that's what you were doing, coming in on the second device.
No, I was just in case we wanted to show some content.
To live stream this on Instagram. But I think like a little walkthrough would be amazing, because it is a simple to use app. And
absolutely.
Okay, let me see if can you get it up there?
What have you got to lose? What have you got to lose? Free app.
Listen,
a minute or 2 minutes of your time, and two crazy co-founders trying to take over the world.
Yeah, guys, hold on. I'll put it up, but the problem is I can't rejoin myself. So I thought you wanted to see somebody joining up, but I'll go into the app and I'll walk you through the app. But if somebody wants to join up live, I can send them a link and they can join up, and we could.
Can you not join Zoom on your phone and then share your screen on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the full process, is all he's saying. Ninja,
I'll do it. So I'll put it up here. Yeah. Oh, we're not.
But I think while Bernard's doing that, I think what's really interesting for me is that, and it was something that Bernard had touched on, like, OX doesn't earn anything until we put financial power and money into our users' pockets. So the whole key is that this is such a user-centric platform. Like, it's all about empowering, giving, and I feel that's the wrong word, because I feel it's actually, I feel like I'm speaking at as opposed to, but I actually feel so passionate about this. It's like, to me, it's this place where it's like, if we all sort of, if we stand up and if we all create this, then there is no option but for business to come. There's no option for them but to actually arrive. And I think that for me is so empowering, and we don't earn until we put money into our users' wallets. And that for me is also one of the really key values of OX. It's about the self-sovereignty. It's about getting people into really, I suppose, respecting and firstly understanding their value in business. Think about their health value. I mean, these industries are worth trillions of dollars. And to take that power back, or that portion of the power back, is key for me, I think. So sorry, Bernard, you have it coming up there.
Okay, so guys, this is the central homepage of our app. So basically, you can see on the top of my screen here, I have 28.7 thousand OXITs up in the very right-hand corner. Okay, that's the number of OXIT tokens I have. In the middle, I have 116 digital assets. So that means I have, of the initial 500 data points, I have mined 116 of my 500. Okay, and you can see below, I can go and mine more. Okay. Or I can go down here and I can refer a friend and earn OXITs. So right now, if I invite a friend, I can earn 750 OXITs for every successful invite. If I'm a super user and I am, I'm an influencer, or I have more than 10 friends, I can go into the buzzer and I can get tips and tricks about how I can be better at mining, or how I can be better at inviting more friends. Okay. And then we have auto mining. And the last piece here, the 1 minute actions, this is where the businesses come in and they start putting out 1 minute actions. So if I were to go back and say, I want to invite a friend, I'll go in and press invite now, and I get this unique link. So that's my unique link, and I can send that to anybody. If they press on the link, they will be brought through an explainer video and so forth, and then they can register on the app. I'll get a credit of 750 OXITs. Okay, it's that simple, and they will have the exact same screen.
Just 100% confirm, is you're limited to 10 referrals, right? As in, you can only earn from 10 people.
Inviting friends, because our system is built, for example, we don't want 2 or 3 people to come in who are big influencers and take all the OXITs. So our system is built for fairness.
The reason why I iterate is this is because, a lot of people are quite funny with network marketing and all that kind of stuff. This is just 10 you earn from your referrals, and then you can't earn more OXITs after 10 referrals.
No. It's not a pyramid scheme. No.
Yeah,
you can invite one friend.
Just because when people think referral, they start thinking, oh, is it one of those systems where the 7th person down the line is making money from somebody who referred the other person 5 years ago? It's just 10 direct referrals, nice and simple.
Yeah. So now I want to mine my assets. We talked about inviting friends. So I go into mining actions, and here we'll see actions.
This is the start of your digital twin.
Yeah. So by going into, for example, financial goals, if I go in here and I work this, I'm going to get 50 OXITs. So if I go into that action, I open it up, I'm going to start the action. Okay, and continue. So locked and loaded with a clear map of success. So how well are you geared up to chase your financial dreams? Okay, so I'm going to say locked up and loaded. That's who I am. How comfy are you with money stuff like budget investing? I nailed it. That's me. Do outside factors so I'm going through these systems. And what the system in the background is doing is learning your unique traits. Through these questions, there's a whole behavioral science happening in the background that's trying to understand your vision, your goals, your aspirations, your fears, your whatever. It's building all this up about you, and it's writing that to your mobile device, encrypted, not to us. We don't know we don't know your answers, and that's not our business. Our business is that your wallet your data wallet starts filling up with your uniqueness. Okay, I'm going to come out of that for a second. So that's mining, and at the minute we reward users to mine up to 500. So there's 500 basic main questions that you can do. Then separate to this, if I go back, I can do auto mining. Auto mining is where I can take stuff directly from your mobile device and interpret it. So, for example, location. So I can pull this across. So it's going to take my location. So now the system knows where you're located and stuff like this. In the future, this is where we go beyond the 500 data points, and this goes crazy. In the future, we will go the system will write out to Facebook, for example, and say to Facebook, how many data points do you have? How much data do you have belong to me? And can you please send it to me? Under law, Facebook must send it. So suddenly, Facebook are going to send all the data that have belonged to me. Hopefully, our systems will interpret that and write the correct data into your wallet. And then it will write back out to Facebook and say, please now delete all my data under the law. So now I'm becoming my own self-sovereign digital person. So anybody that wants to interact with me is going through me. So the first thing is get data points that nobody has. So right now, these unique 500 data points we're working on, nobody has this stuff. This is unique, and that's why we decided to start there. But then the next layer is get the data points that other people have on me outside of that and get my own ownership back and get them to delete it. And we keep building like this. And in the end, as Linda said, we end up with a digital twin. That digital twin is the digital version of you. And guess what? It's alive 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It never goes to sleep. It can make trades. It can do this. So right now in our world, we're saying, I don't want a digital twin making trades on my behalf, but I want a digital twin coming back to me and saying, there's this, you can do this, and you can do this, and you can do this, and these are the rewards you want to do it. So when you press these actions, the data is already in the system. You're just trading the work you've done already. So OXIT is a store of your work, like Bitcoin is a store of your value. OXIT is a store of your digital work. And when you really back out of all of this, there's no magic in this. There is no, people say, but when is your token sale? We don't have a token sale. The value of our token day one was zero. When there was 100,000 people, it was zero. When there was 100, it was zero. As that goes up, the value goes up. So the value today, that's trading. So if you're in app, you can request to sell. And right now the buyers are buying it at 0.00025. That price is going up already for next week. So there's already a demand, and the more that come in, the more price goes up. And we still say to users, your OXITs are really valuable things. Hold them, get them.
Just to iterate, the reason why 0.0025, this for the nerdy tokenomic people, it's nothing to do with market cap divided by circulating supply. That is just that it's literally peer to peer. It's person to it's just the average person to person price being sold right now within the internal direct sales marketplace.
So for example, we go on our networks and we say we have 1 million OXITs. There's a million OXITs on offer. Then we will get bids. So the bids right now are 0.0025. Well, now we already know that those bids are going up because there's more competition to get those available OXITs. So that's why we're saying the price will keep going up and up and up. And
to get the mined OXITs, Bernard, the mined OXITs.
Well, there's no other OXITs. So we don't have OXITs. The only way an OXIT can come into existence is if you mine your unique data points. That's it. There is no other way. So the only way for me to own
there's not like is it not a founder / developer treasury?
No. So I'll explain that to you further. So what happens? OX, the company, is run like a DAO. It's run on behalf of its users. So OX will not have a profit and loss statement. Sorry, it'll have a zero. It doesn't make a profit, doesn't make a loss because it's operated on behalf of its users. What the founders and the founding investors put into for every OXIT mined, 10% of those OXITs will go to the founders. We call it the founding institution. So when there's 1.2 trillion tokens, when everybody's finished their mining, it will have released 1.2 trillion tokens. The holding company will have received 10% of all those tokens. But today, if there was only 10 OXITs mined, the holding company would only have one OXIT. Yeah. No quick win. There's no quick win here for anybody. The users, everything grows with the users. So you can see for the founding investors and all the people who put their effort and energy, into the company. We're 5 years building this, guys. This has been a long journey. This is not something we thought about yesterday. We're 5 years building this, sweat and blood. Linda and I, we've a big enough team, but Linda and I haven't earned money in this company. We're 5 years putting our souls and lives into this because we believe in the cause. The money will come. The cause about getting individuals to own their digital selves is so big. It's like I say to Linda all the time, we're like the Amazon. If you go back to Amazon, when Jeff put it out there, people didn't understand the internet. So
Amazon was it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine that you haven't that you've not turned over a profit in 5 years, because first of all, has anybody ever seen that viral clip of Ice Cube? Jay, I'm sure you've seen it. And what does he say in that video? If you ain't willing to put 5 years at least and not make a dime, then don't even start. And then also, Amazon, when it was publicly traded in the stock market in the .com crash, it was losing billions in revenue. I don't know if it's billions or millions, but it was basically losing money for years. And it's not like you guys are in loss. So you're in neither profit or loss.
But it's not about money, guys. It's not about money. The money flows. So what I'm going to say, 20 years ago, how many of us would have invested in Amazon if we were given the choice? And I say very few of us, because we wouldn't have understood what the internet was going to change in the world. We wouldn't have seen the internet was the place that everybody was going to come and do business. We wouldn't have seen it. But what OX are doing today, we're saying Web3 is the place that businesses will trade with individuals. We're a marketplace. We don't have a product. We're a marketplace. We're like an exchange.
Wait, let's sort of call that. Web3 is a place where businesses, what did you say?
Will come to individuals to do businesses. So we're an exchange. Individuals
will come to businesses, yes. Yeah.
The businesses will come to individuals, and we call it the B2I, business to individual.
Wow, okay. The B2I economy.
Yeah. And I'm going to go one step further. It's not just the B2I, it's the B2. It's about you. So the business will be matched to you for whatever reason, because they want what you're unique at, and they're matched to you as an individual. And if you existed on your own, you'd have no value. But your individuality in a collaboration of 100 million is one of the most. It's like oil. It's highly valuable. And that's the trick, guys. That's the trick. We're just facilitating it. So my point about marketplace, OX is a marketplace, and that's why we call ourselves the utility economy. We're the utility of an individual in the world of business.
Yeah. Right. I think it is time to open up for any questions. Just because we've got a couple of people in this Zoom who've been patiently waiting. I'm going to start off with Dubbin, who is he attends almost every single webinar that we ever do. Dubbin, are you there? Start off with Dubbin. Sometimes he's driving on night shift. So not able to talk. Dubbin. Can I give him a second?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm here. Yeah.
Yes. Dubbin, as an absolute blockchain sensei veteran, attendee of probably 100 webinars, what is your feedback? What are your thoughts? Because I think you'd agree when you say about to come unique, and this is definitely something unique that we've never had anything on. We've never had anything like this on the show. An opportunity to basically earn crypto and and participate in something so unique such as building a digital twin. What are your thoughts, and do you have any questions for Linda and Bernard, as this is the first time they're making a public appearance on such a platform as well?
No, I mean, my thoughts on it is like, it's just always pays long term pays, like it's just being patient, like, and not having to rush, like not everybody wants it now. But as long as, like, the way it is, like, as long as you've got the vision, you just got to believe it. The thing is, like, when there's a bear market and it's boring, nobody likes it. Like, nobody wants to be around. Like, nobody wants to build. But when everything starts booming, then everybody wants to come in. They want to jump. buy it when it's too late. So I build like and just really the question is, what advice would you give like in terms of like making, in terms of building projects to make things like sustainable and profitable? What advice would you give? Yeah, that's my question and that's my feedback.
If you want to answer the second half, or I'll do it, doesn't matter. It's really funny when you say about the bull and bear market, because that's really interesting. Because in my experience, what I have found, and I can only talk for myself, is that it is that real smash and grab crypto economy. Now, it was funny when I was in Zebu. Do you know what really hit me? I was listening to all these amazing projects, but I walked away with it. It was on the Friday night, Jay, if you remember, we were in the pre-party after party, or the pre-after party. I'm not sure which one it was. But I actually thought about, there's a psychologist called Nir Anal. He's a behavioral psychologist. He wrote a book saying about product development. And it was like, are you a vitamin or are you a painkiller? All right. Now, painkillers always get taken first. And I think that that's why this crypto space has really landed in a painkiller. I want to earn quick money, fast cash. I want it now. Whereas actually in Zebu, most of the projects that I saw, and I would include OX in this, is that we're a vitamin. Now, the problem is people don't take vitamins till they get sick. And we just got to educate the world about taking the vitamin so that by the time they don't ever get sick and they're not sitting on the painkiller side of trying to catch up while everyone else has done a land grab for the most valuable elements within the decentralized space. So that would be sort of to answer your first part. So I don't know, Bernard, if you want to come in on the second.
Can I add to the second part? So Linda, you said you don't take a vitamin until you're sick. Well, here, guys, and this is where the crazy me comes out and the very brash. Well, I think the world is very sick because young people today cannot buy houses. They can the money they earn just have the same. Why? Because their money is getting less valuable, and there's plenty of reasons, mainly called printing money from nowhere. So suddenly you have somebody with a good job, but even a good job cannot buy them a house. They can't save to put a down payment on a house. They can't do this. So I'm going to say the younger generation are sick, okay? And they're sick from the hangover of financial policies made in the past that are playing a hardball today. And this is where Web3 and crypto and getting in on assets that increase in value and increase their buying power, as opposed to are being diluted and their buying power is diluted. Guys, I love Bitcoin when I first heard it. It took me 2 years to understand it, that Bitcoin is a store of your value. It took me long because I didn't understand money. You go to work, you get money, and then you store it for later. So you store it in Bitcoin. And when I understood that, then you go, well, the more people that believe in that, which is what money was originally, it will grow. Money, the dollar used to be back to gold, which is the scarcity. When you take away the gold, then it's just nothing. And people say, but crypto is built on nothing. And I say, hold on, the dollar is built on nothing because it's not backed by anything. So this is where I believe the younger generation need to be educated on crypto. They need to understand money, because we don't teach them about money. People do not understand money. They don't understand where it comes from. You know, when I say the money, the buying power is diluting, everybody agrees, but they don't really understand it. What that means is, you have a good job today, but you can't buy a house. Your dad had a good job, but he could buy a house. So what's the difference? Okay. And the difference is we've been diluting our money because of the big world of business can do that for their own benefit, but wages have not kept up with that. So suddenly a good job can't buy a house anymore. This is where the world is sick today. And this is where Web3, cryptos, that's going to bring this world back to life. So I love Web3, I love crypto. And here's another thing, guys, for you to think about, which Linda and I believe will happen in the near future. Carbon credits. We talked about sustainability and these stuff. Carbon credits. What's going to happen? Carbon credits. And the true answer is, in the end, every human being that lives in the world should have a carbon credit. We all own this world equally, so we should all have a carbon credit. So if Linda is burning more than me, well, then Linda should have to buy her piece from somebody who's not. So I'm going to say you're going to see lots of new economies emerging from basically nothing, because Web3 enables it. And suddenly, if you had 2 billion people that were able to trade their carbon, and you see countries trading carbon, you're going to go, which is more powerful, 2 billion people or countries? 2 million people. And it's, sorry, Linda.
No, it's fine. Just to come back to Dublin's second piece, which is what the success piece, or what makes success. For me, Dublin, it's a very hard journey. Like, so it's about getting up every day, learning on your feet. When a wall falls on you, standing back up again and learning and iterating and learning and iterating. And that's probably the best advice I could give. Bernard, you may have different.
Oh, I don't know, no, the same, but adding to it, guys, we all make mistakes. The trick as an entrepreneur is make your mistakes quick. Make a lot of them very quickly, because the quicker you make them, the less it costs you. All mistakes cost, but if you make a mistake and it takes you this long to fix it or recognize your mistakes and move on quick. We all make mistakes. And if you're not making mistakes, you're not trying hard enough. So it's about,
sorry, I didn't cut you off.
All right, I'm sure you could carry on with Dublin's with an answer for Dublin, but I feel that's more than satisfactory. Just because I'm wearing the time right now. I'm just going to give it to whoever wants to ask first. JJ, Mark Bates, or I can't pronounce your name. YVANKA. Do any of you guys have a question for Linda and or Bernard? First one to ask. Well, sometimes people feel shy with webinars.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay.
I think we'll take that as a sense.
All right, so okay,
I think you both explained it exceptionally well, so I'm going to put it down to that.
Yeah, one more point, guys. If you go on our Discord channel, there's a lot of
Okay, so just to close off this episode of NFT Fridays, just got a message from our CEO, Mr. Harding. All our past attendees of Game Ball Rally will get an NFT ticket airdropped for Monday the 23rd's event at Guildford Uni, again with CEO of Animoca Brands, amongst other great people such as Cap from Super Team Solana. Unfortunately, Linda and Bernard are in Ireland, so they can't make it. However,
Bernard's in
I'm
Spain,
sure.
But yeah, that's
I'm in Spain.
Oh yeah, sorry, Bernard's in Spain. Yes. We've not actually had the pleasure of meeting Bernard yet in person. This has been amazing. Again, watch out for their episode on Voice of Crypto, because I promised them that I would get them a conversation with our friends at Voice of Crypto. Linda and Bernard, do you have any final words that you want to say with regards to your app, or any closing statements?
Ooh, let me think. I don't know, Bernard. Do you have anything off the cuff? I'm going to think.
I have. What I would say, we're all about the user. We love the young generation of this world. We want OX to make a big difference. We want to. Well, it's all about the user. Everything we do is about the user, and we are the most authentic and honest business there is. That's my piece.
Well, my piece is, nobody's coming to save you in this world. So save yourself. Start empowering yourself, because nobody is coming to save you.
And start with that digital twin. Start with getting 500 data points on the Oxygean app. I will. Even though I've only known these two lovely people for a short period of time, I will say it's amazing that they started building in 2018, basically at the top of the 2018 bull run, right? And so they weren't part of the kind of 2017 super ICO boom, and in the 2021 bull run, these guys had the opportunity to raise millions on a pre-seed round and give out tokens, and they chose not to, which I think shows extreme integrity. Met Linda, thought she was lovely. thought she was a bit crazy, and I thought I'm a bit crazy. Jay's a bit crazy. She said Bernard's even crazier. I didn't believe her. Then we met Bernard. It took me a while to understand the vision. I'm going to be honest, especially when he was throwing crazy numbers. But as I've spent a few hours with them, and I've dived into their white paper, which I encourage you to read. And I've used the application for myself, and I've had private conversations just between me and Jay one-on-one. I've even told my co-founders, and I said, look, we need to pay a little bit of attention to these guys because they're doing something great, and they could be something really big. God forbid that they don't become something huge, but we pray they do. And in case they do, I think everyone would be silly not to download this free decentralized application, again with over 1 million downloads, available on iOS and Android. If you like to go on my personal link, it's on the Blockchain Sensei link tree. But I'm going to be taking that down after 10 referrals, because can't earn after 10 referrals anyway. I think I've already got about 3 or 4. Yeah, get on the app, get your friends and family on the app, and what is there to lose? So that's everything I've got to say. Thank you for choosing Blockchain Sensei as your first podcast / interview platform. We really appreciate it.
Thank you both so much, by the way. We really appreciate the time.
That's all good. Our pleasure. It's definitely a project you want to keep your eye on. Take care, everyone.
Well, let's go enjoy our Fridays now. We can have maybe a beer o'clock, maybe.
Sounds like a plan.
Right, take care, guys.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Right. Oh, I've not ended the live. Sorry, guys.